Hello and welcome to Season of War. Today I have my buddy Zack here, who's come down for a match, bringing your Slaves to Darkness.
Yeah. So I decided to bring Slaves to Darkness today. So I brought Archaon,
Nice.
and then 5 Chaos Warriors, another group of 20 Chaos Warriors, a Demon Prince, Chaos Lord on Sorcerer Lord, Chaos Lord, and then a unit of 10 Knights with Lances.
Nice.
And it will all be in the Despoilers Legion with a Slaanesh mark.
Awesome. So we wanted to actually, big part of this matchup that we chose, we wanted to see the two big boys face off of Archaon and Teclis. So that's going to be kind of just fun to see what happens there. For my list, I'm actually running Ymetrica for the first time, so seeing a little bit more of the Stone Guard and the Alarith side of the army, which I haven't played yet. So I have Teclis, Avalanor, the Stone Mage. I have 2 units of 5 Stone Guard and 1 unit of 15 Stone Guard, and then 20 Sentinels. Obviously, with Teclis in the list, I don't have a ton of bodies, but the whole thing, obviously, we want to see the showcase and see what these guys can do to beat each other up. Outside of that, we are playing on the realm of Akshi. So there's Fireball, Volcanic Terrain, and the command ability for +1 run and charge. The mission is Forcing the Hand, so one of the new ones from GHB 2020. There are 6 objectives, kind of 3 on each towards each of our zones. The big kind of key thing with this one is in each of our player turns, our opponent has to choose one of their objective to be worth extra points. So everything's worth 1 normally, but there'll be 1 objective on the board worth 3. So can potentially get 2 extra points if you can cap that one. Otherwise, I think we're ready to go, so we can just roll off for deployment.
Yeah.
And get in. Yeah.
I got a 4.
4, so you'll get to drop first.
And I'll pick this side.
Yeah, sounds good. So yeah, we'll get into deployment, and then we'll come back and get ready for the match.
Sounds good.
Awesome. All right, Zach, so you outdropped me by 1 or 2 drops. Neither of us had battalions. Other addition I forgot to mention, I have Spell Portal in my list. Obviously always good with Searing White Light from Teclis or Lambent Light. Only the Venari are wizards. I said one of the units, so this unit was the one with Speed of Hish. And this was the one that had the Eternal Calm or whatever the spell was to be immune to Battle Shock. Obviously, Teclis knows everything. My Stone Mage, I'll give Voice of the Mountains. So that's the -2 Bravery for my turn, -1 on your turn. Yeah. Other than that, not a lot of bodies on the board for either of us, but not too few. Yeah. So you're going to have choice of how this game starts off.
So I think I will give you first turn,
Okay.
and then as well, my Demon Prince has an artifact that will give me D3 command points
Cool.
at the start of the game. So I'll have 2 starting off.
Nice. That's helpful, especially with no battalions and if you can buy one, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll be going into top of round 1 with Lumineth Realm Lords going first then. All right, good luck.
Good luck.
All right, so just finished up Lumineth turn 1. Not too eventful, obviously, as we're pretty far away from each other and I'm really slow. So pretty much I just ran everything, moved up onto my objectives. This was the one that you made worth 3 points. Obviously, you're very protected on it and not much I can really do to threaten it. Spell-wise, I just kind of did my general buffs. Got Protection of Teclis off is the main thing. Powers of Hishes off on my archers, and I actually put Lambent Light on your horsemen, your knights, so I could shoot at them and reroll my shooting. And I managed to take 2, nearly 3 off with my mortals for my 20 sentinels, so that was pretty decent. 3 would have been nice. Also force a battle shock or command point use potentially. But that's pretty much it, and I just score my home 3 objectives for 3 points, and that's it. We'll be going into the bottom of the round and Slaves to Darkness turn 1.
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
All right, so Slaves to Darkness, turn 1. I got all the spells off that I wanted to get off, so that was nice.
Except for the teleport.
Except for the teleport, but there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do about that.
What do you expect to get off? You got
yeah, exactly. And so Archaon came in and charged in, which is kind of what I wanted. My run rolls were a little bit lackluster, unfortunately, mainly 1s and 2s, even with rerolls. So that kind of prevented me from getting more on the objectives than I wanted to. And yeah, combat against ignoring 2 rend and a 5-up FMP is pretty hard to chew through for sure. But it was kind of like a noodle fight over there of in terms of damage. But yeah, I mean, I was able to get my own 3 objectives, so I guess that's got to be good enough for now.
Yeah, and you obviously are keeping in combat there. You managed to kill 1 elf.
Yep.
I'm immune to battle shock there, else I would have had to take 1. But you only took 1 wound in return, so yeah, very little damage done.
Yeah, I think battle round 2 will definitely be the bigger round for sure.
A little more interesting. So you store 3 points also, so we're tied at 3 right now.
Yep.
And let's just go into the priority roll.
Yeah, sounds good. So you're winning size.
I am on a 2.
5. So I think I will take this one.
Sounds good. All right, we'll go into top of round 2 then with Slaves to Darkness going first.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, so Slaves to Darkness, bow round 2, turn 2. So I moved up basically over here to make sure I hold that objective with my block of 20 Chaos Warriors. Charged him in, see if I could do some damage. Did a little bit of damage.
Yep.
As much as I could hope. They're pretty tough guys.
Yeah.
Failed the charge of my knights here, so it was a 5-up, or I needed a 6-inch charge, but I was +1, so I only needed a 5. And re-rolling it, I failed it twice, so that was
harsh.
It was unfortunate, so I wasn't able to get that objective. And then so I was able to still secure the same 3. I was hoping for a little bit more this turn because I think this is going to be a pretty deciding turn, especially leading into round 3 with Jordan's potential double.
Yeah.
I was able to secure the 3, and we'll see what Jordan does on his next turn.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't have a lot of bodies, and you took with Archaon fighting twice this round. You managed to take out 7 of them, which is like half that unit. So there's lots on the table on your side still. So we'll see what I can do, and we'll go into bottom of round 2, and Lumineth and Overlord's turn 2. All right, so bottom of turn 2, Lumineth's second turn, and was able to make pretty good use of it. Kind of just repositioned, put the double move on Teclis to throw him across the board and try and take an objective just to start scoring some extra points. Avlanor moved up to make a charge, and obviously the big thing here is Archaon is unfortunately for you off the table now. Yeah. So I actually put one of the units into him shooting from the Sentinels, only dealt 1 wound. So the other unit shot the Demon Prince, dealing 2 wounds. Avlanor missed on his shooting attack, and then Teclis actually got his through on Archaon. So one shot went through at D6 damage, and I rolled a 5.
Yeah, it was huge.
Which ended up being huge because I literally killed Archaon to the exact wound. The Sentinels, I think, chipped 3 off him because he was down to 10 at the start of combat.
Yeah, they did some poking at him.
Yeah, and then I got 1 hoof through on him at 2 damage. And then with the 6 hammer attacks, and I also buffed him up. So he was at +1 to hit, rerolling 1s. So 2's rerolling 1s with his 8 attacks. But I only got 3 hammers through, and then you saved 2 of them, but that 1 just went through for the 5 damage, which was
so close.
Was pretty big. Close. Yeah, so exciting to see for me, obviously, what he's doing. I've played once with Avlanor before, but seeing him obviously in Alarith, where he's ignoring 2 rend, is so much different. and he's so strong and a lot of fun. So that was really cool. But unfortunately, Archaon has had to fall back to fight another day. Otherwise, I managed to obviously get back onto that objective with Teclis, and I moved up here. So I definitely have the bodies on this one and just retreated out of combat, which just meant I score 4 points this round, putting me 1 ahead.
Yeah.
So yeah, currently 7-6, so close game, but obviously we are right now going into a priority.
Yes, sir.
All right.
I got a 6.
I got a 5, so it's yours.
Yeah, so I think I have to take it here to maybe hopefully scramble back. We'll see what we can do, but I'm pretty pressed right now.
Yeah.
So we'll see if I can do any movement shenanigans to maybe score me some points here.
Yeah, I think you were fine if Archaon survived.
If he had his 1 moon left, I think it would be in a good spot. But yeah, it will be a little bit tricky now to
especially because your horses got tied up into combat.
Yes.
And again, I'm ignoring 2 rends, so
yeah, it'll be a tough nut to crack.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go into top of round 3 with Slaves to Darkness going first.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome.
So I didn't have too much of a chance of killing things this turn just because my big damage dealer in the Knights was in combat. So what I did, I ran them over to be able to cap this objective. I ran my Chaos Lord away because there's no way he's beating Mountain Boy. I ran my Demon Prince from over there to help cap this objective, so I have 2 on it. So I'll beat Teclis' 1. Yeah. And then I ran my Chaos Warriors up, leaving 1 behind to make sure I still hold that objective with that 1 model, and then having about 16-ish on the actual objective to be able to cap that one. And then just shifted those guys over a little bit, just in case if I needed to move them over to cap the objective. Yeah. So it was just a lot of movement, no charges, no combat, basically everything ran. And then that should secure me 5 points here.
For sure, and that's big. And great job of kind of repositioning and maximizing what you can get out of it. Like you said, it's not worth sticking in combat with Avalinar, who's always fighting at his top profile right now, and ignoring 2 rends. So yeah, so it's the Daemon tag, and you're right now faster than I am, with more bodies at least. So
yeah. You will definitely be moving up soon. So
yeah,
I think we'll have an eventful turn in store.
Yep, hopefully. So we'll go into the bottom of round 3, Lumineth turn. Okay, so just finished turn 3 with Lumineth. Just kind of repositioned. Obviously, you are so strong here that I can't really fight you off this one. So decided just to play it safe, back off a little bit. You can either move forward and come into me, but it leaves that objective a little more threatened, potentially. I really had to deal with your horse guys because I can't let them run around the board because you're just going to outcap me. So I put Avlanor in there with 5 of the Stone Guard, and they killed 6 of them with the 7th run into Battle Shock automatically because I also did the -2 Bravery Voice of the Mountain spell. Other than that, I charged these guys up into your Chaos Lord, who with Teclis' help took the Chaos Lord out. I didn't tie the Demon Prince. And that pretty much leaves me where we're at now and capping only 3 points.
Yes.
Obviously, your big expensive one was back there. We're both a little slower, so we haven't really been able to threaten each other's big one.
Yeah, I assume going forward, yours is going to be right here. Just 'cause
Exactly, yeah. So I'll score 3 points, which puts you still ahead 1 in the match up to this point. So, but again, another change of the priority roll and a potential double turn. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, so we will, let's roll it off.
See what we get. So I got a 6 again.
6, and you win ties.
Yeah,
so
at least the priority gods are on my side right now.
Yeah.
So Slaves to Darkness, turn 4.
All right.
So Slaves to Darkness, this was turn 4. Basically just moved a little bit around again, trying to just string out and cap objectives while also making sure I don't get sniped out by Teclis' model taking abilities. Want to get the Demon Prince over here to kind of tie up these 2 units. Was able to kill a few. Protection of Teclis is still obviously very good, having that aura. So that was kind of my goal, just hold back these 3, which I was able to do, and just kind of cause a little disturbance over here with my my last hero that I got.
So I passed my Battle Shock over here with these 2 after you killed 2. I actually owe you a Battle Shock there still, and would run on a 4-up. A 6. So 3 guys are actually running over here. A little better now that obviously Battle Shock helped there.
And same thing over here. Luckily, even with the -1 bravery across the table, Chaos Warriors have pretty high bravery, so I lost 1, but I was +2.
Yeah.
And so even with the additional -1, they were still okay.
Awesome. All right, so we'll go into my turn. I assume you're going to pick your back objective.
Yes,
likewise.
just doing it on the opposite ends of the table.
Yeah, trying to keep those 3 points safe, because that could be very impactful. But we'll go into bottom of the round and Lumineth Realmlord's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so bottom of round 4, Lumineth turn. Pretty much just moved up to make some charges and try and take back objectives. And then obviously threw Teclis up on this end to hit the Chaos Warriors from the other side. Managed to make my 9-inch charge with the Stone Guard to get them in. Avlanor got in. But your Demon Prince took out the archers first.
Yeah.
So
last little sway.
Yeah, exactly. But he gave D3 extra attacks. Sorry. He gave 1 extra attack to D3 units, ended up being both the Stone Guard. Between the Stone Guard and Teclis, they killed 14 Chaos Warriors, and then the last 5 fled.
Yeah. They got spooked.
So you actually hold this objective because you started these guys on it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning I will score 4 though, which puts us at a tie. Obviously, it's not looking good for the Forces of Chaos. But let's just roll it out and see where last turn takes us.
2.
And 1.
Okay.
So the priority stays to you.
Yeah. I'll take it, have a big turn, and try to win the game.
Sounds good. Awesome.
All right. So Sleep's Darkness 5th and final turn. Obviously the correct play would be hold that objective still and not charge them in, but they wanted to see what they could do, get the gods' favor and all. Mm-hmm. So they came and charged in, and ended up doing 4 wounds to Teclis. So that's not too bad. Kind of also shows how Teclis isn't super durable compared to the other god models there,
and especially the rest of this army even.
Yeah, true. Because he's not ignoring the -2 or ignoring -2 rend or anything. So just quickly grab that objective. So I think
so you hold on to both of those and score 2 points. Putting you 2 up, but obviously at this point I'm storing at least 4.
Yep.
But we'll see if I can finish off the Chaos Warriors in combat.
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Okay, so final turn of the game. Teclis really wanted to slay everything with his magic and managed to get 4 mortal wounds through. Again, I used all 4 spells offensively and got it would have been 4 damage through. So you made a couple 5s.
Yeah, a few.
And then I went to use Assault of Stone. I was looking for 3s on 10 dice, but I didn't roll any 3s, so no mortal wounds on that one. Sorry. In the movement phase, I just moved up my Sentinels and Avalanor to shoot. And Avalanor picked off the last Chaos Warrior, which is 30-inch range shooting. Yeah. So, just slayed him. Don't have that point. That would have been your one worth 3, no doubt.
Yeah.
So I will store 4 points again. 5 points, 5 now. That is backwards. So I score 5 points. Put in me, what were we?
So I think we tied in the 4th. So you'd be up
tied.
3.
So up 3. So we were tied coming into this round. So while on the table, obviously, it was pretty decided, on the scoreboard, it was still very close coming into the round.
Yeah. It did end up being a little bit closer than it seemed, for sure.
Yep. And that's what, as soon as Archaon died, you knew right away, okay, your best play is going to be moving around and just trying to store as much as you can and hold on. Yeah.
I think one of the biggest deciding factors for me, surprisingly, wasn't Archaon dying, but it was my knights failing their 5-inch charge.
I agree. I think that was huge.
Because that would have got me the point here, and then I wouldn't have to worry about any combat things here, and then on my turn, maybe charge in and try to get some archers or something. But that was surprisingly probably the biggest roll of the game. And
I think so. That was definitely like one of the big pivotal moments.
Yeah, and it's just funny that it was a 5-inch charge roll and knights just in the corner of the board that would have decided.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's wild because you're scoring a point there. For a couple turns, you're at least probably scoring two or 3 off that one, and denying me also 2 or 3. So
for sure,
could have been huge for sure. Playing Ymetrica for the first time, I actually had a lot of fun doing this. I was saying it was really cool to see how tanky the Stone Guard can be. Avalanor also, and again with the Stone Mage now keeping him fighting and doing everything at his top profile, which is awesome. So he was an all-star, just smashing things, and I knew coming into this, Teclis was going to always cost a lot of points, but he brings so much to any list. Magic, he's dominant. It stopped you from having any potential at a teleport. He did a lot of work, even taking objectives on his own and doing offensively once the board opened up a little bit.
Yeah, I would honestly say just because of his ability to auto unbind, especially some key spells going into the meta. I think I wouldn't say necessarily an auto include, but I think he is definitely a meta pick, probably one of the best meta pick of the god tier characters for sure. Just because he's so valuable in his 5-up FMP, especially in this list, where ignoring Rend, it's
so juicy.
Yeah.
And especially in the meta, like you said, with Seraphon, Zinch, there's a lot of things, even you with the teleport, there's orcs with the teleport, being able to shut some stuff down is huge. And especially this list is obviously super slow outside of Teclis and the double move spell. But even with the double move, it's, at best he's moving 12 inches or the Stone Dart are moving 8. So the mission actually, it was spread out, but it worked out for me because everything was also close. So I didn't have to go too far.
Yeah. And also, luckily for you, I was kind of outside of my aura sometimes, and trying to keep stuff together was kind of difficult. Just because it is a spread out. Forcing the hand is definitely an interesting one. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Because even though I only had 2 units left at the end there, I was still kind of almost able to keep it a game, just because of how spread out it was and how I could position my units to capture stuff. So it's definitely, I think it's a good addition from the GHP.
Oh, for sure. And even in this match, we didn't really have much of a chance to go for each other's 3-point objectives.
Yeah. We were just too slow.
We are too slow, yeah. And But if we had of, or even if you had of, snaked one with Archaon or something that, or your knights that were faster, like that would be such a big swing, right?
Oh yeah,
So,
Well, it was getting down to those last few points, right? So
it was 3-point game at the bottom of round 5. So a nice close one, which is what you always hope for.
Yeah, exactly. It was fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming down for game.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll play again soon.
For sure.
Or see you at an event. So I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's watched. I obviously hope you enjoyed the battle report and this first look on our channel at Ymetrica and kind of what they did. And honestly, I wasn't really a big fan of the mountain side of the army, but I've definitely going to be looking at them in a new light after this match. So had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Awesome. Well, we'll see you again.
Yeah.
And thank you again for watching.